This is the sort of scene replicated in many towns and cities. A person who is living on the streets. A recent poll found that 1 in every 18 of us has at some stage experienced having nowhere to live. This person is in fact one of our reporters who slept rough to get an idea of what being homeless is really like. And Andy West is with me. Explain, Andy, how many days did you live in this condition?
I spent 4 days and 3 nights on the streets, and I really wanted to get as much of a sense as possible of what it is to be sleeping rough on the streets of Belfast. And really the only way to do that is to put yourself in that situation. I don't want to pretend for a single second, of course, that my experience was anywhere near as difficult as it would be for someone who's genuinely sleeping on the streets. But somehow, by putting myself in that situation, I was able to witness some of the behaviour of the general public and also the organisations that are there to help homeless people in Belfast firsthand. I ought to say, in the report that we're about to watch, there is some strong language which we've masked. Belfast city centre. The shoppers and the workers have drifted home, leaving behind those with nowhere to go. Saturday night. This was my first night sleeping rough. I felt vulnerable and exposed. I'd never have guessed what happened next.
Do you need a room tonight? Because we have like spare rooms here if you want to keep them.
Are you sure you've got someone to stay with us?
Incredibly, the same happened the following night and the night after.
You're going to sleep here tonight. I can give you something for one night. You can come to our apartment. You can come to our place tonight. No problem, right?
Yeah.
No problem at all.
But not everyone showed me kindness. I wasn't begging, but that didn't stop this girl from hurling abuse at me.
You're all scared. Have you money? You want to get us money because you're probably on DLA. You be I'm you're always good foreigner. Do you foreigner?
And a few minutes later, a more serious attack. A different woman this time, hidden here from the camera's view.
So I've just had a girl get very aggressive and was asking me whether I was foreign, and then started trying to kick me in the face with her stiletto, and almost hit me there, and managed to get my face out of the way. And then another girl came over and started hitting me around the head, was trying to steal my sleeping bag, and was shouting abuse and started throwing food at me. Not good.
It was time to go and time to sleep. I was feeling shaken and exhausted, and I needed to find somewhere safe to bed down. And I'm thinking that the Cathedral Quarter is a good place because it's quiet and there are lots of alleyways. So let's see what I can find. I don't want to go into one of the recesses like that. That's where I was earlier, and a car decided it was going to park where I was lying and almost got crushed to death. So I learned very quickly that's not a good idea. The challenge was trying to find somewhere quiet and sheltered from the rain. That's my mattress. And here is my quilt. Look at that. And then this is my pillow. This was only my experience of living rough, and of course it was only for a few days. Yet still, there's no doubt being homeless in Belfast is at times frightening and dangerous. But ultimately, what will stay with me is the extraordinary kindness, generosity and care of strangers. Andy West, BBC Newsline, on the streets of Belfast.
Many people will be surprised at the generosity of strangers, Andy.
Yeah, I think I expected people to give me money and food. And I should say, Donna, that if anyone gave me money, all of that money is going to go to charity. But I never expected anyone to be offering me somewhere to stay in their own home, because I can't say that that is the experience of all homeless people. But it does go some way to showing the generosity that there is out there in Belfast today.
You have some statistics, some worrying statistics about the danger of being homeless.
Yes, the life expectancy for a homeless person is only 47 years old, which I think tells its own story. And the Welcome organisation, which is an absolutely fantastic homeless charity in Belfast, have told me that of the people who have had a connection with it over the previous few years, 5 of those people have passed away since the start of the year. Now, we don't know their personal circumstances. I don't know what other factors played their part in those fatalities. But again, it shows something of just how dangerous becoming homeless, sleeping rough and dealing with those factors can be.
And you've more tomorrow evening?
I have, yes. I'm going to be talking to homeless people in my reports tomorrow evening on BBC Newsline at 6:30.
For now, Andy, thank you. And if you have any views or thoughts on Andy's investigation, part 1, part 2 is tomorrow. Check out our Facebook page.